Hello, everybody, and welcome to Rise of the Podcast. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Kara.
And I'm curating the television hits of the early 2010s.
I just want you to know how proud I am of myself that I didn't get caught off guard by the intro this week. Because last week I was like, oh, there's still plenty of intro left. I'll just wait and hang out. And I may have jumped in a little too early.
Have a drink of your beverage.
Right, exactly. You all have to wait.
DMAT, hello.
Gamer Snowflake wanted to talk about, are we dressing up to go to the concert?
I don't know.
I'm not dressing up for it.
I don't have any.
Not like a black tie event, but like...
I'm not cosplaying for it is what I meant either.
You don't have like a low-key Han Solo shirt?
This is literally the nicest thing I wear. I don't...
We'll get you blue stripy pants. No, Kara can embroider
you would have had to have ordered them about 5 months ago. Like, I wear a very particular size that has very limited clothing options. So unless I get something specifically tailored,
what's
at great
the most
personal expense.
low, like, what could we make you with little to no effort for a character from the New Hope? What's the simplest New Hope?
Oh, no, so here's...
You just print the guy's helmet?
No, I can tell you exactly what it is, right? It's just a vest. I just take off my shirt, put on this vest, and I'm the Rancor Keeper.
Oh, there you go. I mean, there you go.
Doesn't he have something around his head?
Some sort of weird turban thing. We can just take a dish towel and duct tape it. Like, it doesn't need to be.
Isn't it like a leather medieval helmet style thing? Like a leather helmet? You know, the leather actual helmets? Just look up Rancor Keeper. Let's see.
I have no cosplay from the original trilogy.
Oh, yeah, okay. It's kind of like a Lawrence of Arabia kind of thing, but it is leathery.
Okay.
Oh, he doesn't even have a vest on. I literally just take my shirt off. My brain had coded the thing on his shoulders into vest.
I don't know if you'd be allowed to do that.
Look at those pants. I could probably
Look at that hamburger right there.
Sympathy symphony like that?
Chris, I could probably make you those pants. I'll make you a flesh tone shirt. I'll paint some nipples on it.
You could embroider the nipples.
I could embroider nipples on there for you.
Just make sure they line up with his ears.
That's hilarious. What you need to do, Jeremy needs to dress up as the head of the Rancor so I can just sit there and cry next to him.
What's the command to change?
Bang avatar space, then whatever you want.
And then whatever Pokemon you want. But it's only the original 150. And if you need to just Google that if you don't know the list.
No, so
have you all watching new Doctor Who episodes? No, we have not confused who. We have Andor to talk about though.
Yes.
If we're safe to.
So we have Andor, and then also we have the that Star Wars this thing that I had sent you guys.
Oh yes. Oh. Yeah.
That's incredible.
So this is every bit laid out chronologically. So I think it'd be kind of fun to like go through that.
Mm-hmm. I agree. That'll be really cool. That is one of the nicest infographics I've ever seen.
So what was this on? So this is you can't see it. It was one of the actually 99% of data is beautiful on Reddit is trash.
Have you ever gone by new
garbage?
People thinking they're making really good infos graphics and they suck.
Oh, it sucks.
They're printing out sheets that look like MS-DOS over here.
Confused Whovian, I have not seen any Doctor Who.
You'd be freaked out by the very first episode I ever watched.
I'm so sorry.
Well,
the skin tight one where she get like moisturizer. Kara's a big Monty Python fan.
Monty Python, the Holy Grail sucks.
Kara Ruth.
I'm sorry.
Here's the first ever episode.
It's very quotable, but that's it. I'm sorry.
This is the very first episode of Doctor Who.
Mr. Toddis.
This is a review. Sorry.
You're gonna get us kicked off of Spotify.
That's fine. I doubt that. I should actually look that up real quick while we're.
Guys, you can like what you want to like. Doesn't mean I have to like it.
Kara needs to fix that. Bring out your dead. That's Monty Python, right? Not Doctor Who.
Yeah, no, that's Monty Python.
Yeah.
The Black Knight scene is my favorite in that whole movie. The Holy Hand Grenade. There's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
No, so this episode, it's only one episode.
You need to be more British.
British humor just doesn't do it for me.
You get to your favorite trio on the planet is May, Clarkson, and Hammond.
But it's not scripted.
It's still British humor.
It's lightly scripted.
It's lightly scripted. It's not
it is
people
so
reading
British humor.
Okay, but it's like pranks on each other. Not scripted. Like, I'm sure some of them are scripted pranks.
When he's
but
driving
it's
down the road and he's
they're
like, my genius
besties.
scares me sometimes. And the log comes through the back window.
Oh my gosh.
That is so chef's kiss. It's not even.
Oh, why is
Hello,
this
Darth Gallum. Let us know if we can't talk about Andor, everybody. Ha! Cam's ankle. I hire TARDIS. An ad break. Is this the 1 minute for the?
It's only 30 seconds.
Is this the one ad?
Yeah, it's gonna be 30.
Oh, you changed because didn't you go? Wasn't last week were they really long but less of them?
Can we show this?
Oh yeah, well, like
See why not?
the people aren't gonna be happy no matter what we do. Right?
Right, that's
so I
true.
figure if people are going to be complaining, they'll at least they'll complain more, but it'll be for less time. So they're only 30 seconds long.
So, guys, you know how last week
You can look up on the thing. There's only 5 seconds left on the.
Oh yeah, nice.
Cam's ankle told me I could take that embroidery machine? Well, I did. And I have been using it. I actually embroidered something on this black shirt that you wouldn't be able to see because I embroidered in black.
We can still show it off.
I did this. I'm very proud.
And then immediately realized you put it on the wrong nipple.
I did not. This is how the patch on my scrubs is. Like, the logo was on this side. I
Are
wear
you
my
bringing
name
those
tag
home
on
to
this
do 'em?
side. I need to bring my scrub jackets home.
Are you gonna do them?
On mine, I did Max Verstappen's lion logo.
I have to droid cam it.
Yeah. Wait, what got censored?
Alan Cumming. I allowed it. I allowed it. But yeah, logos are commonly embroidered on the left chest area.
Weird.
So.
I guess I did mine on the left. I don't know.
I honestly don't think it matters. I really genuinely don't. I don't think anybody thinks about it.
Yeah.
Except for like I have to order like swag and stuff like that for like
Gotcha.
different things. So it's
And
like
I always put it on the left?
yeah.
Interesting. Because like I said, my scrubs, like I have Fig's racing scrubs. And the
Cam's uncle.
Fig's logo is on the left, or on the right. And like I said, I put my name tag on the right over the pocket. Or, logo's on the right, my name tag's on the left. My gosh. Okay.
He said like he used to talk about like nipples or whatever. It's like you didn't line it up with your ear.
See, yeah.
So I'm trying to think, so, like my ears. That's not even close.
I'm not even going to.
It works for me.
Yeah, well, you have body dysmorphia or something.
Body dysmorphia.
I think that means that you think that you're in the wrong body.
I know. Well, or you.
In my mind, I'm in a
Let's say people who
bodybuilder's
are
body.
like concerned over plastic surgery, right? Like they might have body dysmorphia. Is that it?
Yeah, I think
You might need to know whatever.
Or they're just super unsatisfied with
What? Gus gifted a tier 1 sub to Cam's ankle.
no David here
Okay,
today.
so
unless Chris
Are
wants to
we
get up.
allowed to talk about Andor?
I'm just gonna do a poll real quick.
There you
And
go.
If people don't vote, this is just gonna be like
Because Darth
voting for
Gallum's
a
here.
Political election.
Darth Gallum is here, so we could talk about Star Wars. And we have that other thing to talk about too, and it'll be good.
All right, so if you don't vote, you're complicit in allowing whatever to happen.
to talk, yes. So vote, people. Darth Gallum, kinda. So you've watched a couple episodes? One episode?
We're kind of allowed to talk about it. The problem is we watched all 3
We did.
back to back to back. So the problem will be we're not going to be able to remember which happened in which episode.
Well-
Except for those Muppets
Yeah.
on the planet. I haven't spoiled anything yet.
Well, you spoiled that there's Muppets on a planet.
Those Muppets. Yes!
That was something.
Oh no, there's 2 people we can't talk about it.
Oh my gosh, who hasn't watched it?
We could push it off towards the end and talk about the timeline then.
We can, yeah. And then, yeah, the very end, we can
But
be
if
like,
you want a free roll of filament, then you'll have to come back.
I'm at another one of my daughter's dance competitions. Oh.
Tell her to stop being good at dancing.
Yeah. Ugh. Just kidding.
Ah,
I've given up on spoilers since I'm waiting for the semester to end.
that's smart. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's smart.
Good for you.
Seems like people in general are in favor about speaking about it, but so like what we would generally do then,
It put the lights.
yeah, we would,
You could just do the red alert lights, yeah.
and then, whoops, wrong thing. Is there something we like kind of fun that we can do with, we'll just do like just something like, why did that not go to red?
Kara looked like she ended up in a play and she doesn't know she's supposed to be there. What? No way, Darth Gallum. His daughter is getting a bonus NASA
engineering
scholarship, or it blinked away. We lost everything.
Yeah, I'm trying to. The lights are freaking broken for some reason.
The laser beam works. That's cool.
Yeah. I've run into a couple patients lately that want to be going to engineering. And I'm like, man, that's so far beyond me. Like,
no, it's fun.
It's math. It's calculus.
Math is fun. I just can't do it in my head.
Chris and I are in agreement.
I can't do it in my head.
When was the last time you lost your mind laughing about doing a math equation?
You're so funny. I have thought to myself when I've done some math, I'm like, that's pretty cool.
Really?
Something being pretty cool and being fun are totally different realms of reasonability.
Okay, so when a patient comes in and they've got like a supernumerary tooth, so an extra tooth, I think that's super cool. Like, it's like, oh my gosh, you got extra teeth. Would you think that's stupid, or would you think that's kind of cool?
I mean, depending on who it belonged to and where the tooth was in their mouth.
We've now drifted away from, like, the word that he used was fun.
No, I know. Yeah, I suppose.
Is an extra numerary tooth fun?
No. It's cool. It's like, oh my gosh, look at there's an extra tooth in here.
I would just put it up. Oh. Hey, Vader.
I am about to give up on everything right now.
Oh,
this could just be the lighting that we do.
Oh, Darth Gallum hasn't watched Andor yet. My brother Trevor is throwing the first pitch in a Cubs baseball game. That's incredible.
Cool.
He had posted that on
and May
5th
is like right around Star Wars Day, so that's kind of exciting.
Heck yeah. Is it like a Star Wars themed thing, or is it no?
Well, sometimes they usually do.
I think it's because he's being honored.
No, I know, but is it going to be like a Star Wars
baseball game?
Themed baseball game? Not that he's into Star Wars, but
gotcha.
Just because it's around May 4th.
Yeah, sometimes they do that. They like have stormtroopers walk out onto the field.
There's Star Wars themed baseball games at Target Field every year. He said not that he's worth. Okay.
If who's our gamer?
What?
Our gamer chatter.
Our gamer chatter? Ty Durden?
Yes, thank you. That's what the thing I was laying down. I wanted to talk about the Switch with Ty Durden, but Chris, did you hear Walmart is still just for the win? Did you hear what else they did, Chris?
No.
They've been trickily releasing more Nintendo Switch 2s for pre-order so that people have a chance to get them.
Nice.
Isn't that cool?
So Gamer Snowflake. I have seen all the wisdom teeth. My favorite are the baby wisdom teeth. Oh, not baby. They're not really baby, but they're so small. They do look like a baby's tooth. I love those ones. But recently, I saw somebody with premolars. I took a pan, and the premolar root went up, around, and then back up. It was the craziest thing. I was like, if you ever need a root canal, just pull the tooth, man. Actually, that might be just as bad. I don't know.
Find someone who talks about you the way Kara talks about tooth extraction or wisdom teeth. Blasey, if you are interested in it, they are doing things to try to stop scalpers. So Best Buy will not let you order one unless you have like a long-term standing account, like a not crazy long-term, but like, I don't know,
a year
15 days, a month.
Don't you have to have like 50 hours of playtime at least on it?
That's with Nintendo's pre-orders.
Oh.
So Nintendo will be doing their own pre-orders directly. And if you've played 50 hours in the past 12 months on a Switch, that gets you into a lottery to get a pre-order.
Okay.
Pre-order. I love the lights.
Yep.
Red and blue is so incredible. Mm-hmm. You know what's so funny to me, Chris? You take exactly what's in my brain and you make it possible in such an easier way. Because in my brain, I was going to have to get like wand lights that throw light up and they wouldn't be easily controllable. I cannot believe you can throw color and do a splash of color on the wall from that far away and have it look so good.
Yeah.
It just looks so good.
Gamer Snowflake was going to go into dental hygiene. That's cool.
Oh, the poll has ended.
Yes.
Oops, sorry.
I think people are ready to start talking about Andor.
So view results.
75% said yes.
6 people said yes, 2 said no. So
if you don't want to hear about it, maybe leave until this light, or mute us until this
make a cup
changes us.
here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull up a 10-minute timer.
Oh, that's genius. That is genius.
And then we're going to go like this. This is like the most super basic way for me to do this.
I love it.
So then I'll jump to that so we can see you guys just a little bit better. All right, so this is Spoiler Town.
All right, here we go. So we picked up the first thing about Andor I was confused about. Every other show did a recap of the last season. There was no recap.
Yeah, they literally they started us cold right into the thing, and I was like,
there's so much intricacies woven within the characters, and like between Mon Mothma, Luthen, her daughter, which ends up being a big part of this season.
Well, so we were in the third episode by the time I realized that there's a wedding. Her daughter, Mon Mothma's daughter, is getting married, which is something from the end of the last season, right? That's established back then.
Yeah,
that I had forgotten, and I thought Mon Mothma was getting married.
And it ended up. So I just feel like that would have been really important.
Okay, so Andor season 1 came out what, 3 years ago?
Why does everybody say that? I feel like it was just 2 years ago.
I mean, it was still multiple years ago.
Yeah.
My concept of historical time is non-existent. Do I have time? Well, no, I won't waste time.
Andor season 1 was 2022, so 3 years ago.
Shut the front door.
I guess technically 2.5, but as close to 3 as to 2.
Unbelievable. We needed more time to recap it.
Yeah, we honestly should have rewatched Andor.
And I'd planned on doing it, but my job got in the way.
Yeah. I get it.
Jeremy's aware I leave work at like 8 o'clock at night most nights.
Don't come home until 7:30, 8 o'clock. And you're salary, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm working like 50, 60 hour weeks right now, and I'm not getting paid.
That sucks.
That is stinky booty.
So that's exactly what happened with us, Cam. Like, we forgot a lot about what happened in season 1. And so there were a lot of these characters that were like, what did you do again? And why is this happening? And all sorts of stuff.
Honestly, at this point, I still might just go back and rewatch.
I mean, it's not going to hurt anything by going back and rewatching it.
But so, like, I will say, so there, like, I remember the first 3 episodes of season 1 being like a slow build, like stuff actually happening.
Yeah.
I think the first 2 episodes were kind of like that. For this one, it's like it's a little bit slower. It's like setting stuff up. Jeremy talked about the Muppets on the Planet. There's a very frustrating like sequence of just like these morons that just stop Andor from being able to do his job.
Yep.
And just because they have guns and there's a lot of them is the only reason that it slows him down.
I'm trying to just reframe this into a different thing where it was like, if you come across somebody and they're not your enemy, and they clearly are on their own business, why would you interfere with the way that they did? You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and then they introduced a new thing into Star Wars, which was the silliest. The rock, paper, scissors. Like
oh my gosh, the rock, paper, scissors.
I thought you were talking about something important.
No, it's just, I'm like, it's so...
Well, it's 4-player rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock.
It was this and this, and what was the third one?
I don't even know.
And it's like 4-person rock, paper, scissors because there's the mains, and then you had to pick out your seconds. It's like...
Yep, I knew it.
Rock, paper, lizard? What?
Well, no.
There's a variant of rock, paper, scissors called rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock.
Okay, yeah. Yep. Anyway,
all right, hold on. Here's what I will do. Just for 1 second, I'm going to pause the timer. I'm going to pause the timer.
Are you pulling it up?
Yeah, I'm going to full screen you guys. I'm going to remote
reaction
back in to this. This is probably going to be the most illegal part of this stream.
It was. I will say the other thing I didn't super care about it was, and I know I mentioned this while we were watching it, but there were so many cuts to different scenes, like back and forth and back and forth.
We're still spoiling, but I want to pull up a scene.
Yeah, we're not done.
Still spoiling.
So there's like these little 1 minute. What do you say about 1 minute scenes?
Well, yeah. So there's 2 scenes running in parallel, essentially, and they're cross-cutting between the scenes. But it just made I've seen it done effectively. It was kind of hard to keep track of the momentum of the scenes.
Yeah.
Correct. That describes it.
It was very disjointed and just kind of confusing. It was hard to keep track of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't love that, but the third episode definitely
was. Third episode is solid.
Yep. Hey, hello, Mike. How's it going? We are talking about.
Sorry, we're gonna go through this scene, which this isn't. I don't even know what they achieve with this scene.
Yeah.
Is the thing, Right, but gosh, the internet is running like absolute garbage.
Are we dropping frames?
In case you're wondering, no, just everything's loading like crap.
Oh.
That was episode 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was towards the middle,
All right,
wasn't
so
it?
give me a
Middle
second
end.
to do a little bit of scrubbing here.
I think it was towards the end. But
Oh,
remember, there's
you're
also
going fully legal.
like there's 10 minutes worth of.
No weapons, no comms, no credit, no nonsense.
A friend of mine said there was a...
What is this season? Oh my gosh, this is season 1. I was like, there's no way. I was like, what is happening here? I was like, I don't recognize any of these scenes. All right, let's see here.
I'm getting an email from Spotify for sure. No, I'm just kidding.
We are.
That was a Disney property that.
Oh, really? They were serious. They mean business.
It was the. I was trying to do the mall trailer.
Oh.
I think.
Wait, what?
It was the episode where he tried to air.
Okay. Here it is.
Right, here we go.
I'm gonna mute this.
Are we actually gonna like
Yeah. Sorry. Give me 1 second. Here.
watch? Oh my gosh.
I have it muted. I just want to
Okay.
show people what the. So this is the thing. Like there's these morons, and they're doing rock paper scissors.
It's just.
What are they doing? So you have snake. You have grab people boobs.
When you have angrily, yeah.
Oh, okay. That part's kind of spoilery. Anyway.
Yeah, let's get rid of that. Yep. So.
Okay, so now so that's it. That's all I wanted to show people. So
Yeah, that's
like
enough.
the ridiculousness of that is.
And they do that. I don't know, 2-3 minutes. I mean, they cut back and forth, but it's
cut
like
back and
still.
forth. It's like they were doing the thing, then Andor was doing the thing, and then like whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's just like,
But
and the thing is like, we don't know who wins, we don't know who loses, we don't even know
Right.
what the point of it is, but it distracts them long enough for things to happen.
Right. It was silly.
We will talk about that, Mike, in 6 minutes as soon as we're done spoiling Andor.
So, but it would like so. I will say like I'm happy that the show's back. I'm excited to watch more.
Amen. Yep. After season episode 3, I'm very excited.
So let's talk about scenery and Star Warsy feel. The show had a tremendous Star Warsy feel again, which I always appreciate. But hats off to the clothing designer,
The costume designer.
Yeah, costumers. Yeah.
this fabric, the Chantrillin wedding part. Everything was incredible. Like it was all wow. I cannot believe how much effort and energy they put into.
I definitely want to make some of Mon Mothma's gowns.
All of the, like even the paper, folded toilet paper in the back of the guy's head. It like worked.
The napkins on ropes.
Yes, it
That's what
worked for
Jeremy
the scene.
needs. Whenever we go out to eat, that's just what he needs. Just like, let me grab my napkin, wipe my fingies, put it back.
So you'd never know.
Get some barbecue sauce in the back of your head.
That's a sentence that can be taken out of context.
And then there was a couple of scenes I could tell where they were shooting in front of the big screen, you know, like, but it works. It looks good.
Yeah.
It looks good. And then once Andor finally gets away from the crazy people, the show immediately starts to get better.
Yep.
Like it was really,
It
really
was
good.
it was frustrating that they took 2 episodes though for him to get away from.
Well, Skeleton Crew was how many episodes? 10 or 8?
Skeleton Crew 8.
I think it was 8.
Isn't this 12?
Yeah.
12 or
Yeah.
16? Is it 12?
12.
12. So we'll be fine.
And season 1 was 12 as well.
Okay.
Cam says in that season they were obviously playing rock paper scissors Spock.
It was so out of left field, but I suppose not for their characters. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, so the thing is, like, he wasn't captured by, like, some brilliant, like, group of, like,
No.
guerrilla warriors or
Well,
anything.
if we
right?
even, we just
Jeremy said combined they have 8 brain cells amongst them.
to rub together. No, so
Tracks.
to go back for just a second, they're together, and then they split up because they can't decide. Then they try to kill each other.
Yep.
Then they meet peacefully to decide who's in charge. The whole
By
issue
rock,
is
paper, scissoring.
they don't
After
know
trying
who's-
to kill each other, they rock,
Exactly.
paper, scissors.
They didn't know who was in charge, so it caused them to start to murder each other. And they're like, "Oh, murdering gig sucks. Let's do this piece." Why couldn't they just straight jump to the rock paper scissors
don't
lizard
know.
Spock?
Yep. And then when that doesn't solve anything, shoot each
Then
other.
you go to the shooting.
Okay, they need it. You think there'd be something
So
cooler than rock paper
That is
scissors
obviously
Spock?
the landmark big moment of the first 3 episodes is apparently that scene. That's
Yeah.
all we've talked about.
All right,
Because
confused
it's so out of the
Vivian.
blue.
We're happy to see you back. Hopefully,
Yeah, thank
the
you
rest
for-
of the semester goes well for you.
Thank you for coming in and saying hi. We appreciate that.
And if you
life gets in the way.
in August, if you want to come up to Duluth to Excalibur Con, It's like a con
Yeah.
Duluth. You could hang out at the booth, say hi.
Yep.
We might have fun things to do there.
Fun things to sell there.
Yes.
We actually will have a good booth.
Oh, Cam will do your homework for you.
If it's electrical engineering homework, sure.
What if it's not?
Okay, so to move on to another, because we got 2.5 minutes of it, I want to talk about the blonde Imperial. It's probably Daedra.
Yeah.
Annoyed me in season 1. She is hilarious in this season.
I actually loved her.
In season 1?
No, now.
No, I liked her. I liked this one. She was like, she's like
a good villain.
Yes. And then so then, oh, hey, Marty, welcome. Oh, whoops. Do I not have that?
What?
The stream avatars. Oh my gosh, it was just minimized.
Funny.
So,
Cam's wanted a new Pokemon. We got to pick out a new one for him to change.
I can set that, but anyway, like I really liked her character, and then so the scene between her and I can't remember the name of the skinny
Cyril
dark
is
areas.
Edie.
With his mom,
I
the
think
mom scene.
Isn't it Edie?
Yeah, well,
EEDY?
the guy was the person.
Cyril?
I can't remember the name. Yeah,
Cyril,
so Cyril.
Yeah.
Yeah, and his mom, like she's got definitely like the I smoked 8,000 cigarettes a day voice.
It's like rubbing dry paper together. That's what her voice reminds me
She
of.
comes in just like she's the boss. And
Yeah.
Play reviews. I mean, that's not the worst homework you could be doing.
Kara does movie reviews.
And once every 5 to 10 years.
More often than Jeremy delivers giveaways.
Oh, I think I'm seeing a common theme here. Everything on the Mandy household. Don't expect an expiration date.
I'm gonna toss it up for Kara just to. Whose fault is it, Kara?
What?
Blame Chip.
It is Chip's fault.
It's Chip's fault.
I mean, he could just watch the things that you're watching. They're film classics mostly.
Some of them,
Yeah.
sure. Kara was debated on watching, making him watch Lord of the Rings, but I had to put my foot down.
Why is this thing being crazy?
It's Vader. He's forced.
Vader, I swear, if we put him over on Jeremy's side, things would drift off towards Jeremy's side.
All right. Any last thoughts before we move out of spoiler town?
I'm excited for the next episode.
Yeah, I want to see the next. Now I'm excited to watch the next 3 episodes. So.
One major spoiler: when Brasso goes down, that was a bummer.
My heart.
Such a bummer.
Kara is explicitly talking. She's like, "He better not die. He better not
Actually,
die."
that
He's
whole
my
scene-
big friendly bear.
They played it really well, but that whole scene was walking a line of like, whoa, even the Imperial trying to do what he was trying to do.
Vader, would you please? Good Lord.
I don't know what the heck. Everything just has to be broken for some reason.
Bix, please.
Exactly. That was funny.
Okay, Bix.
If you watched
is-
the show, you'll know who Bix is.
Yes, I said. Did I? No, I didn't.
right.
It wasn't Bix. Please.
No more
I said-
spoilers.
This isn't a
Spoiler-free.
spoiler.
No, I was just letting
There
people
was a
know.
point. What did I say? It was something was happening, and I was like, I said Bix at the end, and both Jeremy and Chris were like,
You
I
said
thought you were
you
gonna
said
say
you go
something
Bix.
"Oh yeah, you go Bix."
Yeah, it sounds. Oh man.
Oh yeah, she defends herself from some pretty unsavory activity.
She's a boss.
So now we're on spoilers. So Marty said, "Hello, LOL. I saw one of my buddies tonight, and he said in theaters that play Star Wars movies almost every month.
That's cool.
Saw episode 3 for the 50th time last night.
Dang.
But has your buddy seen episode 3 was terrible by Rise of the Podcast?
Yeah, it seems like everybody on the planet has at this point.
At least everybody's comment on it.
The
Well, as it
Naz-
says, Nazguls
see-
are terrifying now.
Yeah.
they are.
Who do you think Chip would be most terrified? We could do a scare test with Chip. We'll make him watch Lord of the Rings and see which villain he's scared of most.
I think the scariest part for him would be when Frodo falls into dead marshes.
You think so?
No, I think like
The Uruk-hai being born?
I think that would be very terrifying. Actually, that might be my new top one. I was gonna say
Which
like
one?
the Uruk-hai
Orcs,
being
yeah.
born.
Yeah.
But I think like the scene where they're walking down the road. And
Get off the road,
Yeah,
quick!
exactly. And they go and hide behind the root, and he's
And
like
the
right
Nazgul's
there.
like-
Yeah, it's like
And then the spiders and the stuff.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, though. I don't think Chip quite gets
Echelon.
all of that. But the other day we were watching Amphibia. And there's an episode where this mushroom takes over the characters and their eyes start to glow. And Vader, Good Lord.
I don't know why it's doing that.
And the glowing eyes freaked Chip out. And we watched something else too, where characters had glowing eyes and Chip was like losing his mind. So him falling into the dead marshes where there's these glowy, like creepy, like skeletal faces, like glowing eyes. I think that would terrify him. I do think that would scare the poop out of my child. Or
I just don't think that's
a
the
very
scariest
Chip
part.
thing, Blasey.
No, not for us, but I think for Chip.
Chip, yeah, kids get worked up over like
Chip gets worked up over weird things.
Weird things you wouldn't think would be scary. I cried when Gandalf jumped. What in the Emoji movie did Chris?
You mean Steve?
Yeah. Steve went. What did he get? We have. Let's see. We have the have trip was.
Oh yeah, Smeagol choking out his cousin over the ring.
Smeagol and Deagle.
Yeah.
Your
His
mom
name was
didn't even know what that
Deagle.
Lego set
How
was.
lazy a naming was that? It's like, oh, I have to have Smeagol fight somebody.
Well, look at all the dwarves
Deagle.
glowing and Doin and
Ori,
Mary.
Nori, Nori, Philly,
Point.
Killy, Biffer, Boffer, Bomber. Yeah.
Ori, Nori, Dory. That's pretty lazy.
Yeah, I mean, Finding Nemo.
Smeagol and Deagle, baby. Killy and Philly.
Killy.
Lazy.
I mean, he did make up his own languages.
Gwen, that's a really good idea.
Oh yeah.
We put on some stuff. We could just pull up pictures.
Yeah, no,
and say, is
literally.
this
Yeah,
person
all
a
we
good
do,
guy or a
just,
bad
you guys
guy?
hold Marty Jr. and Chip on your laps, and I just pull up pictures like, is this a good guy or a bad guy? And they have to tell us why.
Would you, if this person came up to you, would you kick him in the nuts,
That's my purse. I don't know you.
or would you let him get close to you? They would probably let like Agent Smith, Elrond, not as Elrond, but as Agent Smith. They'd probably be like, "Oh yeah, he's fine," even though he creeps me out. Mr. Anderson. That's Agent Smith, right?
Yes.
Matrix.
Give me your purse now.
Sorry, I'm trying to find that other.
I love Lord of the Rings. It's so good.
You don't think
Yeah.
anything with Sauron would get him?
It's a big glowing
Ooh,
eyeball.
ooh, ooh.
Chip thinks Bear Duer over there is cool.
Yeah, but that's made out of plastic.
I know, but
and
like
lights up and it's cool features.
It's made out of pixels otherwise.
Yeah, it's pixel plastic.
I guess. I don't
Oh,
know.
Chip
Gwen
would-
wants them to ring poke. Are we just going to exploit these children for content?
Chip-
Yes.
absolutely.
Chip loves Pikachu. Like,
Cam's ankle, he might like Shelob. I don't know. He's
So
weird.
Gwen was talking about how Marty Jr. was helping Marty
Ooh.
earlier today. Like, so, because like he, I guess apparently can understand like numbers,
Yeah,
right?
oh yeah.
So he's like, I need the one that's number 9, and he would find like the 9s, and like they're building like an IKEA thing or whatever,
Yeah.
right? He's like, oh, I need the number 4s, and he would hand him the 4s or whatever. It's like, oh, he's finally paying off. You're finally getting something out of him after all these years.
Yep. Mick Calisto said he guessed he'd be most scared by the extended edition when the two hobbits are attacked by the trees in Fangorn Forest. That's very true.
yeah.
I'm just most scared of the extended edition. Period. That's terrifying how much time you sink into it.
I love the extended so.
I was talking to the people that work next door to me, the Bad Axe people, and everybody's like, yeah, you got to watch the extended edition. I'm like, what's wrong with
So
all of
these
you
are
human
people that
beings?
decided that making axes was a career, Jeremy.
Hey,
Like,
there-
that's the thing you have to realize is like, and my axe was
Well,
literally what they
that's-
decided was their career was going to be.
When they watched the movies, they would inspire them. That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying.
So it's like you can't take that. Like people that have lives and want to watch other things that aren't Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
can't watch the extended editions.
I think the scene with Gandalf pulling the whatever out of the Rohirrim guy, the king. He's a king and he's sitting there and there's
Oh,
the
he's
toothless.
not. He's
worm
shoving
tooth.
Saruman. Oh my gosh, my mouth.
out of his body.
Out of him.
That could
Yeah.
be scary to a child.
Yeah.
Especially when they're trying to stop him and doesn't Gandalf use his staff and just like control the whole room. It can be scary.
I told you to take the wizard's staff.
Do they make a supercut of Lord of the Rings that just no Frodo in it at all?
I will say the Frodo parts are probably my least favorite parts. The only thing that makes the Frodo parts
talked about
You
good
mean the whole point of the movie?
is Sam. Sam makes the Frodo parts good. Frodo otherwise, like, I know he's carrying the ring. I know he has a right to be a whiny little bix. But still.
The crabby man eating the tomatoes hits all the worst ways to me.
Are you talking about Denethor?
Yeah, that is Denethor.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Where Pippin sings the Home is Behind song.
All right, here we go. Lord of the Rings Ultimate Cut, hour 21 for all 3 movies.
If
That's
it's
what you're
Frodo?
watching, right? No. It's
No, Frodo.
I'll turn that down.
This is the bridge
that's
scene.
beautiful.
Oh, this isn't the movie. It's just the songs, you liar. Anyway, I was trying to find that. I know there's got to be a fan cut out there that is like the most condensed thing. So you get the satisfaction of watching the whole trilogy, but you can do it in a condensed amount of time because you don't care.
Confused Juvio said, "I love Frodo."
It's okay,
True
girl.
say, no
Like you
say,
can
Kara.
love Frodo. I like Frodo. I'm with
Here's the thing,
Marty.
Aragorn could be totally cut out of the movie. Gimli and Legolas could be completely cut out of the movie. The only part I care about is Frodo bringing the ring into Mordor.
Wait, are you being serious right now?
Yeah, 1,000%.
You just want to watch Frodo carry the ring like a drama queen?
What I like, it's about the turmoil that he's going through, the burden of carrying the ring. That's the entire movie to me. Everything else is like, that's still on the couch as one.
I know, but Gimli is so he's
Right, or-
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, but he's not like, Indy, that's still on the couch as one.
I don't know. I prefer watching
That was
the
one
Aragorn,
elephant.
Legolas,
I said
Gimli.
no elephants.
No,
Aragorn's.
Aragorn.
no elephants.
Yeah.
No, Aragorn is weak AF. The worst part of the movie, I would argue.
Nope.
Says-
I am not responding to this.
Would you kids like bee cake?
What's bee cake?
I don't know.
Never heard of it.
No idea.
I'm talking some inflammatory Lord of the Rings things right now. I can't
Yes,
be
he is.
distracted.
I was gonna call you out and be like, that's not what you were saying last week when we were playing cards. You were playing as Strider all the time.
I wasn't. I was playing as Frodo the whole
I
time.
know. I was trying to embellish it a little bit.
No, it's like I would just like, arguably speaking, like he's the least interesting character.
Oh, bee cake is that Billy Boyd has. I didn't even know who Merry and Pippin were last week. I had those two mixed up. I thought Pippin had the big nose, and that turns out that's Merry.
Dominic Monaghan.
Aragorn doesn't make anything. He makes the movie worse.
Guys, he's literally saying things to.
He broke his foot kicking a helmet.
I mean, the actor
Great
did.
king.
The
Great
actor
king you got
did.
there.
Nope, not good. Nope, I'm done.
You have to admit, the scene's
So
pretty powerful.
what does he do? What does he do? Like
Hold on.
in the whole film, like it's like
You bow to no one. That scene is like, oh.
He brought it. If it hadn't been for Aragorn going and getting the dead people,
Oh, yeah, to fight.
I mean,
So he
Gondor would have
doesn't
been-
do anything
Osgiliath would
except
have
for
fallen.
he's like, hello, excuse me, could you please bring an army that's
if it
undefeatable to help
hadn't, if
me
it
defeat this
hadn't
enemy?
been for Aragorn,
It's like he's ordering a pizza.
Yeah.
and
it's-
the prancing pony, the hobbits would have been murdered.
This is a Star Wars podcast. We've got so far Lord of the Rings.
So
I'm just saying, if it wasn't for Aragorn, the hobbits would never have made it to
If it
Rivendell.
wasn't for the ring race being fooled by pillows underneath a blanket, that's what got them out of there. The fact that they didn't bother to check if they were actually alive. And they're still like across the hole, right? They didn't even check any other rooms.
How dare. Look what your sister did. She used our intro against us.
Yep. Anyway, so the point being, like, to me, the viewing that I do is through the lens of dealing with the burden of the ring.
It's the rally at the Black Gate.
So
That had nothing to do with anything.
Frodo is to Lord of the Rings as Luke is to Star Wars. Is that what you're saying?
Aragorn
Yeah.
going to the Black Gate. If he hadn't done that, Frodo would have had to go through all of the orcs and all of the armies of Mordor. If Aragorn hadn't looked into the Palantir to taunt Sauron, Frodo would never
Confused
have
with you. You got to
made
read her
it.
comment. You got to keep me in here just despite of this bad take.
You kept me here. She's running this. So it's to me, and this is the reason why I don't watch the movies, but once every so often, right? To me, the main story is getting the ring from the Shire to Mount Doom, right? All the other crap is just side story filler stuff to make it 3 movies long.
Well, can we talk about The Hobbit then? No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to talk about The Hobbit. But yeah,
The
they
Hobbit
took
should have
it.
been one movie.
Yeah, so it's like, I think they're interesting characters. I think they're cool stories and everything, right? But like, when we talk about what makes the movie is the Lord of the Rings. It's not the Lord of the broken-footed king that calls ghosts for help because he can't do it himself.
You're so funny. Let's see.
I will never watch the super extended cut ever.
Gus, this started
I
as
would
a
watch
Star
that in a
Wars
heartbeat.
podcast, but Jeremy and Saltings are. That's true, Cam. And I'm trying to think of the My New Empire scene. My New Empire. You turned her against me. You did that yourself. Not just Obi-Wan, Star Wars. Gwen using the intro Lord of the Rings intro
gotcha,
against it. Yeah, it reminds me of the...
Confused Whovian.
Yeah, Gondor doesn't do jack, Ty Durden.
Ty Durden's here?
Confused
Being the
Whovian.
king of somebody who doesn't do anything doesn't mean nothing.
Them taking out Tom Bombadil and them taking out the scouring of the Shire destroyed me.
I don't want to see the Shire on fire.
Well,
No, that would have been sad.
So
at the end.
Saruman doesn't die with the Ents. He gets away. And he goes and he takes over the Shire and
Do you
burns
know
it
how
basically
deflating that
to
would
the
be
ground.
to watch that, though? You have the you bow to no one scene, and then the hobbits are like, woohoo, and then you go home, and then they have to retake over Hobbiton again.
Yeah, the hobbits rally and they take
Rosie's
out
dead,
Saruman.
puking in the corner. I mean, it just doesn't make for
Rosie
good
doesn't
cinnamon.
die.
Well, I don't
they
know.
Get married at the end.
Well, they just left that part out then, don't you?
Oh my gosh.
Ha! You guys are all so funny.
Obi-Wan isn't important in Lord of the Rings because he's not in Lord of the Rings.
It's Star
I know what
Wars.
we know what you meant. We know what you meant.
Raising
Also,
of the Shire.
here's the thing, like in the original Star Wars, all he is just a guy that like. So he's using the phone on the other side, being like, "Okay, so here's what you're gonna do, Luke. The next time you need to do something, you're gonna think real hard, and you just trust in the Force. Okay. Oh, I gotta go. This is long distance. I'll call you back.
That reminds me of the robot chicken skit. Let's see. Okay.
You've got to smell like leather wrapped bacon.
Yeah, what do you mean you've been flying around for 2 weeks trying to get a signal? Oh, you must smell like burnt bacon wrapped in sweaty leather.
What the hell's an aluminum falcon?
Oh, geez, he's crying. You haven't seen that, have you? No, we were not going to pull it up.
You've shown me some.
You can look it up on your own accord. The Emperor gets a phone call robot. If
It is one of the most famous clips of all
Maybe
time.
I have.
If Google even works anymore, you probably won't even be able to find it.
I feel like you have shown me some of that stuff.
Oh, it's so funny. My favorite one is when his luggage gets lost when he shows up at the Death Star. And he's waiting for the luggage to go by on the luggage rack.
It was the first result. If I'm not going to play it,
Yeah.
but it is very findable. If you just search what the hell is an aluminum falcon, it'll pop up.
I think the name of it is Emperor Gets a Call.
It's called the Emperor's Phone Call.
Emperor's Phone Call, yeah. It's so funny.
Is that the one too where Palpatine's going up an elevator?
That is the one
escalator?
I'm talking about.
And he's like,
Same episode.
Trooper?
Same
Different
episode,
Stormtrooper?
different
Stormtrooper?
sketch. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, that's the same. Yep. Stormtrooper.
Go F yourself.
And he goes into the gift shop and gets Death Star sweatpants because his luggage is lost. It's so funny.
Yes,
we can get to the cool Star Wars timeline.
This is infinity times better than the conversation we were having.
Oh, it's fine. Okay, let's see here.
Okay, so here's some important things, right? So this says, and you can't obviously because I have to have your guys' picture up in the corner.
Oh, that's
I can't
fascinating.
read everything.
Interesting.
So the timeline of every Star Wars film, live action show, and animated series charted in story order from the dawn of the Republic to the rise of the First Order. Each entry's height reflects its IMDb rating, right? So like you can see like the
Acolyte, yep.
Yeah, the lower the thing, the worse the score, right? So you can sort of see.
So the Jar Jar Zone, it's less than 6.6
on IMDb.
Can you read us a synopsis of Acolyte episode 5? Because that like hits that Jar Jar, and I want to know what episode that one was.
We didn't even get to start, and Kara's already asking for detailed.
It's just like right there. It's right there. Night.
Dooku gets captured by pirates.
What?
Grievous annihilates a score of young Jedi.
That's definitely not that because Dooku's not
No.
around here. I was gonna say IMDb might have.
Oh, that was the one with the fight.
Okay.
Where he's got the. Oh, yeah, that was a good
And,
episode.
Vanestra whips out her whip.
According to I see. Oh, you're saying that was the best episode.
That was the
Yes,
best
not
episode.
the
So I was
worst.
wondering
Okay,
why
yeah.
that was the best. So I mean yeah. Okay, I guess.
All right, so
Of
then
that, yeah, I'd probably say that's probably the best one.
entries rated above 6.6 appear more opaque, helping you steer past the less beloved moments in the saga. So these are clear and these are more solid.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. Plot twist markers. The star indicates a major twist in the story. So we're
Notice how Acolyte has nothing.
interesting. Okay, so there's okay. Then red is theatrical, green is live action, and blue is animated. Okay,
a fulfilled star is primary, and then a hollow star is
secondary twist.
Okay.
So the Acolyte, so that is the early. Okay, that makes sense. It'll be the earliest thing.
Yep.
It's interesting, even like in the order of the episodes for Tales of the Jedi. It's the second episode is the oldest, then the third, and then 1 is newer.
Is there a sliver for 4? I
There
can't
could be.
because it looks like there's one little
That's right here.
sliver. Oh, gotcha. Okay, I was very
Sorry.
confused. You're good.
I forget that I have to keep things a little bit lower because you guys are up in the corner. There.
When it says theatrical in my brain, I think of theater, not movie theaters. So and then I'm
you're
like,
so
oh
funny.
no, it's a theatrical release. So live action being television,
Yes.
theatrical being theatrical release.
Yep.
And animated is self-explanatory. All right.
Which is interesting because there was a Clone Wars movie that was theatrical release that was animated.
So what?
I don't think the Clone Wars movie was that bad. That's where Anakin gets Ahsoka as his Padawan.
It wasn't, but we'll walk through it.
Yeah, okay.
I like that they did the Jar Jar zone. That's a very you thing to do, Chris. Now you're stepping into
Are
the
you sure
Jar
you
Jar
didn't make
zone.
this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish.
But it's interesting to me that the Acolyte is now the start of the Star Wars canonical timeline.
Yes.
That's pretty interesting to me.
Well, so
Video
yeah,
games
so it's
aside,
like, yeah,
you know.
like there's a lot of
Oh,
material.
and there's no books in this then. This is all stuff you can watch.
No, a title of every Star Wars film, live action show, and animated series.
Got it. Because Kara has been literally crushing. Hey, Builder's Mark.
Hey,
The
Jeremy, just so
Bye,
you know,
confused movie.
Builder's Mark is here tonight.
I saw that. He said he would drop the Riz. Why don't you drop the Riz?
I don't understand what you mean. Drop the Riz.
Oh, like busting my chops.
Oh,
Because I called him out for not being here a couple weeks ago, and he said he would drop the chop.
Gwen, I'm assuming anything with Jar Jar.
no, the Jar Jar Zone is just an IMDb rating below 6.6. That's what the Jar Jar Zone is. That's literally what this is saying right here.
Yep. It just, and then that's where the lines are.
All right, good night, Confused Whovian.
So,
Okay, so now I want to walk
Star
through
Wars
this.
Episode 1 then has an IMDb rating below 6.6.
Does it really? You got to scroll
That's
back
why
up
it's
a little bit.
transparent. Whoops, sorry. That's
There
why
you
it's
go.
transparent.
Okay.
Oh, and it must be a 6.6.
So,
Interesting. So the Tales of the Jedi Episode 4 is apparently ranked.
Like
yeah, like an
super high.
8.9.
Did we watch Tales of the Jedi?
Yes, we
I've
have.
seen a couple episodes of it.
That was the one where there was one with baby Ahsoka almost gets eaten
Okay,
by
I was
that
gonna say,
lion.
is that the Ahsoka one or is that the Dooku?
It could be the Dooku.
The Dooku and Yaddle one.
Yaddle one. Okay, so Episode 2 is
So
basically.
hold on. So this is the Clone Wars movie.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that has something. Okay, so yeah, so that was the animated movie, but it was a theatrical release. Okay, so that's how they decided to do that. Then Clone Wars. Okay, yep. So and this is the order that I watched this in.
So hold
is
on.
the release order.
So season 3, episode 1.
yeah.
Season 3, episode
That's
3.
the only way
season
to watch
1,
it.
1 through 7.
Yeah.
Whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like then season 2, 1, 2, 3, 17, 18, 19, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, then back after 20, 21, 22. I literally had this like web page like pinned up
Yeah.
Pinned up.
Same.
when I was going through this. Yeah, then season 3, 5, 6, 7, 2, 4. Season 1, episode 22. Season 3, episode 9, 10, 11. Season 2, episode 15. It gets nuts. Anyway,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. Like, for the most part, outside
They're
of the Jar Jar
all good episodes.
It's like, it seems like the 8th
But
episode of a lot of things, like, kind of, like, it gets the shadow of 5 and 6, but...
I want to. So really quick, Episode 1. There's a star. What was the big spoiler or turning point
Season
in the show?
2, episode 1?
No.
Or-
In Episode 1
Oh.
of Star Wars, there's a star.
Well, probably
I'm trying to think of
the clones. They bring the clones in.
Or is
and
it-
not,
then,
episode,
and then,
not episode 1 of...
oh, episode 1?
Episode
Phantom Menace.
1, Phantom Menace.
And okay, so
There's
indicates a
star.
major twist in the story.
Midichlorians?
Or just Anakin being the chosen one.
Major twist in the
Oh,
story.
Darth Maul dying?
Darth Maul introduced and dying.
Like the
I'm just trying to think of what the twist
Hey
is.
guys, they're Sith. They haven't been around for hundreds of years.
Yeah,
they're
but,
Sith.
what would the twist? I don't know. What would the twist be?
Qui-Gon dying. No, I'm just kidding.
Not well, because he comes in the same movie too.
And then Episode 2. So people can chat about that.
And so, and I'm wondering if because the way that I'm reading it, right? Like if this is the beginning of episode 1 and this is the end of episode 1, like the middle of episode 1 ish, there's like a bomb dropped, and that's the so it's like if that's correct way to read it, like episode 2 is like whatever, it's like and then right at the end of episode 2 there's a bombshell reveal, right?
Yep.
Well, at the very end of episode 2, isn't that
Oh, the
when Jango
Dooku
Fett
Yoda
dies?
fight scene.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it
Oh,
was.
yeah.
Maybe it was Yoda seeing Yoda fight. That could have been a pretty big twist in the Star Wars story, because he can
You
suck
don't
up
really see
electricity.
him.
There's a lot that happens there.
Yeah.
So, but I'm trying to think of what happens in the middle of episode 1.
Isn't that where Anakin wins the pod race?
Is that early? I thought that was like even like later in the movie, isn't it? Maybe it's not.
Because then he almost gets run over by Maul.
Yeah, and then you
Anakin,
get run over by Maul, and then towards the end is when Maul fights Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon.
Yeah, that'd be like down here.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe the middle is Anakin winning the pod race, and them realizing he does have Force abilities.
What is the biggest
twist in the Phantom Menace?
Yeah. Senator Palpatine is actually Sith Lord Darth Sidious, but
when do you realize though that he's Darth Sidious?
We knew from the second that it started, but
well, obviously, but like to the unknowing person.
So what twist happens halfway through? What is the twist halfway through the Phantom Menace?
The crusty exterior of the prequels.
Rejected for training.
Maybe the moment that he's on Coruscant and Qui-Gon, maybe all of that is just pivotal because it just means a twist in the story.
Yeah.
So I bet you it like shifts from him being on a good path to him being on a bad path.
And maybe we're thinking too hard on the word twist. Maybe it is more just a pivotal point.
Maybe we should just add whoever Narek B Sky Social is.
Yeah, Eric Escoffier.
Maybe it's Esco Coffier.
Well,
I don't know.
Who's better at pronunciating words? I'm just kidding.
Not me.
I asked.
You should ask one house pronounces some Skyrim names or Oblivion. It's just
Oblivion. Ty Durden, you getting excited to get a Switch too? Okay. Back on to so we've gone past episode 2 is pretty solid. We get into all of the Clone Wars
and so in the entirety of the series 1, 2, 3, 4 episodes fall inside the Jar Jar zone.
I mean, that's
hold on. There's more Clone Wars here.
6, 7, 10.
Season
10
7
out of
wasn't 10 out of like 100.
I think those 3 were those 3 episodes were those the sisters ones.
Oh, with Ahsoka. Mm-hmm. I bet. Where she's riding a Harley, working like a mechanic.
I think a lot of us just wanted to see Ahsoka be like
Season
Jedi
6,
Ahsoka.
episode 1 has a twist. They should not put those in there because now that's what I'm fixating on. We can move past the twist.
Yeah.
That's probably when Zorro the Hutt died.
0?
0. That's it.
Episode 3. What happened right at the beginning of episode? Or no, that's not the beginning of episode 3. What happened a third of the way through episode 3? Order 66? That was near the end, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. That was towards the end.
Who knows?
More Clone Wars. Oh my gosh, Clone Wars. Keep it in your pants.
Oh, because that part of Clone Wars is when Order 66 happened.
Oh yeah, that's the whole Ahsoka escaping, getting killed, and the helmet scene where it pans down and Vader sees the clone.
Yeah, the very end of the
and Ahsoka's lightsabers. Good. Yeah.
Tales of the Jedi, Tales of the Empire.
Oh, we need to finish Bad Batch. We're so bad.
Batch.
Only 2 Bad Batch episodes that were.
Look how strong the last season ends too. I want to say I'm like somewhere around here. I still have like half of the 3rd season, I think. Kenobi stayed outside of the Jar Jar zone for the most part, except for episode 4.
Solo. Everybody
can we talk
boycotted
about that for a second,
and that
which is kind of funny.
Ruined everything.
Being that Gwen says Bad Batch is so good, guys. That makes me excited. Ewan McGregor. Sorry, I had to get this straightened out. Ewan McGregor obviously played in the prequels. Okay.
Yes.
When he came back to play Kenobi, James Arnold Taylor voiced Kenobi based off of a mix between Alec Guinness and Ewan McGregor. Mm-hmm. Ewan McGregor in the Kenobi show based his voice off of
James Arnold
Taylor. And that he went back and watched some Clone Wars TV show to like get back into the character. And
so this is a big Ouroboros. He's doing a performance based on his performance that's based on somebody else's performance.
I thought that was a really neat little bit of tidbit is, because the character's evolved.
Yeah.
Since he played him with all of the Clone Wars, right?
Yeah.
So he wanted to make sure he was still representing. And I suppose in the prequels, the Clone Wars hadn't they did, right, between 2 and 3.
Yeah.
But in real time, they hadn't been released yet.
Yeah.
So now there's all of this stuff, all of his told story for Obi-Wan that has to come into the way Obi-Wan feels on the TV show. So I thought that was just really. I love Ewan McGregor and Obi-Wan as a character and all the people that have played him. So no, it was not.
What?
Did they remove Acolyte from canon?
We'll have to. Whoops.
Is that because they showed Darth Plagueis and then they canceled the show and they're not going to wrap it up now? That was the
Acolyte is no more the show's legacy lives.
What?
Yeah, it's still canonical. Still canonical. So here's the thing. I think I'm completely fine with people establishing their own canon for stuff. If people don't like something,
head canon,
you don't need to enjoy 100% of a thing to allow to be a fan.
Exactly.
Right? It's like if you hated Tales of the Empire for some reason, you don't need to accept that that's part of what you like. Right? It's like if you love Episode 3 but you hate the Clone Wars and you loved the Acolyte and that's your Star Wars, that's good, right?
Gwen's comment cracked me up. You think Ewan watched? He's like, man, this is a cool character. Hello there.
He probably was.
Also,
of course I know.
Space
He's
Jesus.
I don't think you were actually listening to it, but James Arnold Taylor had Obi-Wan on his show. And he interviewed him, and he did it extremely well. And at one point, James Arnold Taylor brought up Duchess Satine, and the way he played it, Obi-Wan played it off. What do you have to say about Duchess Satine? There's no relationship between her and I. There's no reason to bring her into this. It was done really well. It was really good. 23 Blue Dude. Rise of the Podcast. I want to give away back on two. This is directly to me. Might everyone know?
What was the giveaway?
I was wondering what I should be on the lookout for the info.
I can try and look that up real quick.
Okay.
I have been trying to make it to the post office to get some flat rate shipping boxes to pack up everyone's giveaways. And there's just been a lot of transitions in my life, changes from new careers and hours worked. I'm trying to reincorporate getting this stuff back on track.
Frozen Force patch from Steve.
Gotcha. Okay.
I have them, all of them.
Yeah.
I'm making
We'll get them to you.
new habits, is what I would say. Which I have them. So we're good. So I will focus on that. I asked your help for that the other day, and you said we just didn't get to it because of life.
Yep.
I did. I said, would you mind if I go get the boxes? Would you mind helping me ship stuff out?
But you never got the boxes.
Jeremy's just looking for some help.
Kara just completely bus Jeremy by himself.
Oh, I was about to be like, oh no, season 2 of Andor, but it's like obviously this came out before the episodes were released.
It's just they're all dog water. Just
So even Solo made it out of
the Jar Jar.
Well, that's what I'm
zone.
saying. Like people boycotted Solo because of how much they hated the sequels. But then after I've talked to people and they're like, I loved Solo, but I didn't watch it in theaters, and because of that,
people used to make
things
me
were
eat
canceled.
worms to get his Star Wars books back.
People were jerks.
People are jerks.
Kids. Oh, everybody's jerks.
Well, yeah,
Kids can be jerks.
Reprinted, I agree with you.
On a normal distribution curve, and I know I say this a lot, and it might not necessarily be like a whole 1,000% accurate, but just so people are aware of what I'm talking about when I say like on a normal distribution, right?
Solo was a very good movie. I very much enjoyed it.
This is a normal distribution, right? Where it's like we're like the average coalesces up here, and then more extreme cases fall to the side. So in a normal distribution, 49% of people are trash, jerk, idiots.
Yep.
Right, so it's like, or the same thing. It's like 49% of people are going to fall below like the average of like driving capability, or below average in terms of how much gratuity they leave.
You see that -3 on the side? That's the person responsible for laying out the traffic flow through I-35.
Because you have to drive in the freaking West Duluth to be able to go to Lakeside.
Yeah, you got to go back. You got to turn left to go right.
Basically,
It's seriously. Anyway, I found my route. It's Michigan
66?
Street is a lifesaver right now, and nobody knows about it.
So Michigan Street's terrible. Everybody
everybody goes
Michigan
that
Street
way.
like
It's
the plague.
so
definitely
bad.
want to go Railroad Street.
Yeah,
Do it.
let's do some railroading.
Okay, so Solo was good. Andor was incredible.
And Solo suffered for the crimes of Episode 8.
Yes.
Is what ended up happening.
Yep. 100%.
Well, man, look how good Andor.
Yeah.
I should rewatch that. Rebels had one bad episode.
Like, I feel like people smack talk Rebels.
Rebels is good.
I enjoyed Rebels. So much. Look at how good episode 19 was over there. Like, that is darn near perfect.
Oh, that's 19?
Yep.
That must have been when Chopper gave up his leg for AP5.
Okay, so Rebels season 2, episode 19.
You're smiling back there because you know that's a good episode. Or was that when Ahsoka fought Vader?
The Forgotten Droid. Yeah, is it?
It is! It's AP5!
You shut the front door. Are you serious?
Yes!
Whoa.
Guys, that's the leg. That's the leg. I can't believe you called that.
What?
I cannot believe you
legit.
called
I
that.
love that episode. Get out of here.
Love that.
That's hilarious. Apparently the greatest piece of Star Wars media ever created. What's better than that so far? There's nothing on this chart that says there.
Nope. You guys, he worked so hard to get his leg, and then AP5 finally gets a droid friend.
And then our favorite war criminal gives his leg
He's
away.
got to give up his legs because it's the only part that'll fit. And AP5 just looks like Donald Duck if he was a droid, like just as cantankerous as Chop. You guys, that's so funny.
That is very funny.
I am mad impressed.
That's just like
ridiculously impressed.
There's better episodes like Maul fighting Ahsoka is like a really good like episode. Maul trying to convince
So good.
tempt Ezra to join the dark side, and then anything Kanan dying is like a strong episode. But I just really like the leg droid thing.
That was very funny.
That was very impressive.
Rogue One, obviously we know what's
Excellent
going on
movie.
there. It's funny that episode 4, 5, and 6 are all pretty.
Looks like 7 or 6 is like a lead.
Yeah.
That tracks.
And so
'cause
is
the
4,
Ewoks.
but 5 looks like the highest rated.
How do? Okay, we have to know these twists, right? I'm your father,
Yep.
right, for sure.
There is another.
Vader's switching to the.
You think that's a major twist?
That has to be to me, because like there's another is like up here, and like the Leia reveal is like right here.
That's true.
I'm trying to think of what. Oh, sorry, episode 4 within. That he can actually use the Force? Is that kind of the big thing? Like the first time he successfully does it on the trench run?
No. Yeah. Would he? Yes. Nope. That's what. It's him using the Force for the first time.
That'd be my guess.
Cam, read the room. We are right in the middle of this. We gotta stop to spin the wheel. Plus, we could trigger a giveaway, which I'm so far behind on. I don't need to do it. Well, no, it'd be money. These are the good giveaways.
What? This poor thing is so like anemic.
It just needs a good cleaning.
You know, honestly, it probably does need some like.
It's been up there for 2.5 years.
Should run some vinegar through it, maybe.
That's what the thing says is white vinegar.
Yeah. How did I know? All right, here we go.
I tell people to clean their dentures with white vinegar.
Well, you mean you tell Jeremy that?
100% real, baby.
For
Mouth
now.
guards.
It's more man than machine now, honestly. No, a Lego walk. You want to ruin this? You want to ruin these beautiful pigs?
We call Chip's feet pigs.
I think Gwen calls Marty Jr.'s feet cheeseburgers.
Cute.
At the park today, Chip came over to me and he's like, "Daddy, I just want to take my socks off so I can feel my pigs in the sand."
Did he really say that?
He said that. He's like, "I want to feel my pigs in the sand."
Oh, I love my
Now you guys
child.
will know that I'm not wearing matching socks, which is Kara's number one annoyance.
People couldn't see that until you brought it up.
Well, I just want to call it out because it drives Kara nuts.
Jeremy throwing himself under the bus. I'm kicking my ass.
You don't understand.
Self-meat bus.
I have so many. I wear out socks like you wouldn't believe, and so like half of them are holy. So then I just end up not having matches.
Do you
and
wear
it's
them
so
to
annoying.
church?
With mismatched socks?
She's saying because they're holy.
Oh, well, that went right over my head.
Yeah, well, there's nothing there to slow it down.
Vader's pointing at me like, "You need to go over
He
there.
greased
Look at
it
his
up
shadow."
so things slide a little
You
faster
guys,
past
it's the
him.
shadow of the Empire.
It is. The Shadow of the Empire is literally right here, Jeremy.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was
Scruffy looking herder.
R/that's the joke on me.
Hot dogs for hands, cheeseburger feet. That's hilarious.
Into the fog! Into the fog! So many Legos!
Don't throw anybody under the bus. Be the bus.
That's a pigeon book.
What?
Be the bus. That's a pigeon book.
Don't let the pigeon drive the bus.
I'm not wrong. Be the bus. It's a pigeon book. It's a motivational quote book with all pigeon. We have it autographed. Be the bus.
The bus
By Mo Willems.
This just in. Jeremy will now be selling his holy socks. On
Told you.
OnlyFans.
Be the bus. I got the autographed copy of that baby.
So it was like $12 instead of
You're
$6.
so funny.
Pete, you did. Have you watched
Wait.
all three?
Is that new?
What?
The pigeon has feelings too? That Chip does not have that pigeon book.
I don't think he does.
What?
2005.
It's the day before your 18th birthday.
Hold on. Can you go and look up on Amazon The Pigeon Rides the Bus? Because I thought that was the first one. I thought Chip had all the pigeon
Don't let the
books.
pigeon ride the bus. Or drive the bus.
Everybody should have a copy
Don't
of
let the
these
pigeon
books.
drive the bus.
April Fool's Day of 2003.
Okay.
So that is the first one then, right?
Yep.
This is part of Pigeon parentheses 9 books.
Can you scroll down and see
Drive
them
the
all?
bus,
He's got the
hot
hot dog.
dog.
You bought him one of these. I think you got him the bathtub one or the roller coaster.
I bought him like 3 of them.
Okay.
Stay up late,
Stay
we
up late,
have.
wants a
Puppy,
puppy.
we have. Duckling gets a cookie, we have. We have has to go to school. Ride the roller coaster, we have.
Needs a bath. I think that's one of the ones
I
I
think that's
got.
when you got him.
And Will the Pigeon Graduate
Graduate
just came out. Do you see how the pigeon has feelings too isn't on there? Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
Oh yeah. Pigeon needs a bath. Yeah, they're purchased November 28, 2023.
Funny. And the pigeon will ride the roller coaster too.
That is funny.
This pigeon will ride the roller coaster.
So
That's the pigeon
Mo
voice.
Willems' voice makes him sound totally normal.
Except for the
Right.
arg.
No, April Fool's.
You guys don't know what you're missing
Cam,
out on.
April Fool's was Don't Let the Pigeons Drive the Bus, which is like the classic pigeon book.
And then you know the best part about, can I spoil, this pigeon has to go to school?
Sure.
He goes, man, he's nervous because he doesn't want to go, right? He goes, there should be a place where you can learn about these things and with people to
practice
help
them.
you and practice them. And they're like, oh, that is school.
Yeah.
And then he's like, how do I get there? And then he sees the bus and he's like, oh, but what?
Everybody out of my way.
Out of my way! This pigeon has to go to school. It's great. Pigeon's dope.
That's
Well, I
funny.
was just wondering, Pete, because certain Star Wars fans, Darth Callum, hasn't watched it yet.
Andor?
Yes?
Ooh, da-da-da-dum-da-da. We've watched it. We talked about it a little bit.
I just saw this, Cam. This just said Jeremy will be selling his holy socks on OnlyFans.
Oh my gosh, I saw such a funny thing today. It was an artist drawing ankles, and it was OnlyFans in the 1600s. And so this artist drew an ankle, and then she put it up in a tavern, and it said "subscribeth" on it. but then the twist is when you finally see the ankle, it's one of those like her foot's like
In point.
with the little toe. You know how they really jacked their feet up and
Ballet, yeah.
so her feet were like that. It was funny. It was really good.
That's amazing.
Okay, let's go back to the timeline. I love this timeline, and I think
Pigeon toady is greater than the pigeon? What's pigeon toady?
being pigeon-toed.
Oh.
Just kidding. But he wrote
Oh,
it
no,
toady.
yeah, okay.
Explain if it's not just a one-off joke.
So then Mandalorian,
Pretty solid. Is every episode rated well?
all of them are above the Jar Jar line. It looks like 4, 5, and 6 were a little bit lower, but the rest of the season was pretty. All right, another Tales of the Empire one-off. Like, these Tales of the Empire are all over the place.
Yeah, they are. It would be interesting to go and watch all of these in chronological order based on
Mando season 2. Oh, season 2, episode 8. Oh yeah, that was a great episode. Mm-hmm. Season 2, episode 8 of Mando was.
Can you give me a refresher on that?
That was the battle
The-
at the town.
Well, oh yeah,
That was season one,
that is the potential ending where they're just like retiring at a cottage out in nowhere.
Yep.
That was the end of season 3.
That was into season 2.
How many seasons are there?
No, the episode of season 3 was the cottage. Darth Gideon gets the thing called down on him.
Oh, that was the Luke episode where he comes to the
That's the Luke one.
That's the Luke one. Yeah, never mind. Sorry, but yeah,
You get to see his
you're
face,
right.
and Grogu comes up and touches his face.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolute banger episode.
when I saw
That's the Luke
Luke,
one.
I almost died. I was like,
Just the whole when Mando's
You know?
fighting the Dark Trooper. Oh, they're punchy.
Yeah.
That's
So,
excellent
Book of
Star
Boba
Wars.
Fett. Which episode were episodes 5 and 6 the Mando episode?
No,
Probably.
one, because I think the show starts off with him mowing people down in
I
a
don't-
cooler.
one is when you see Boba Fett coming out of the Sarlacc.
Yeah, the first 2 episodes are him doing sand people things.
I love how you all had a different question about
5, 6, and 7. So 5, 6, and 7 was so Mando's in there helping with the fight, and then like 5 and 6
Oh.
and yeah. So it's like regular Book of Boba Fett. Oh, it's Mando now.
Yep. Funny. Episode 6 of Mando season 3.
They finally
was-
didn't hit the mark on that one.
Yeah. What one was that one?
Mando season 3, episode 6. You're gonna reclaim the unoccupied, supposedly uninhabitable Mandalore from the huge fleet.
Oh, is that when he gets his butt kicked down low and then Grogu has to run back to grab Bo-Katan?
Maybe.
I think that's it.
Crazy that this is 2 years ago already. Is this gonna load ever? What a convoluted way for Bo-Katan to end up right where she was at the end of Rebels. Where's this season going? There's only 2 episodes left.
Man. Ah! That's the perfect subreddit to describe my feelings sometimes. Saltier than crate. That
That is pretty fun.
guy's saltier than crate. Ah, the Emperor gets a phone call.
Skeleton Crew, pretty solid.
Yeah.
Interesting that it's after Ahsoka. Okay. I didn't know exactly when it was. So.
Yeah. Resistance. Poor Resistance. Like,
Looks like a pretty mixed bag.
yeah. I didn't mind it.
I honestly didn't mind it. But
No, but yeah, you know, I get it. Really? Episodes 7 and 8 are right between the season 1 and 2 of Resistance?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it looks like season 2 did better than season 1.
Yeah. Looks like it was a lot more consistent.
Quick, copy and paste that into a thing for future reference.
What's
What?
this?
It's a recipe. Oh. Kara, how much is a cover of flour?
I have no idea. I'm guessing that's supposed to be cups.
There you go. Recipe achieved.
Oh, thank you.
Nice. Put it on the NAS. Just kidding.
I just sent it in our group chat on Messenger.
So we have this nice big Star Wars canonical sandwich, which starts off with the Acolyte and ends with Episode 9, and that is the history of the visual Star Wars.
That's interesting. There's nothing after Episode 9, huh?
There will be.
will be.
They are still going to make that Rey movie set, right? 3 Rey movies.
That's what I believe. That's
And I would
correct.
imagine that would take place after 9.
So, all right, that just decided to close. Fair enough.
Interactive version. What if you could highlight the stars and it's
Whoa!
Chris,
Whoa!
hover the star. See if it shows you what it is on the star. No.
There.
Look at Darth Maul. Yeah, I think, did we talk about this last week? I'm very excited about the Darth Maul series that's
Yeah,
coming
that'll
out.
be good.
I'm so excited.
Also, let's see if these.
Oh, here we go.
episodes with the twist
Yo, Maurice
episodes-
Carreo, you've no idea how much I actually love to weigh out my ingredients over measuring. I get more consistent.
Gwen knows you, Chris. This timeline just got 78% better.
Recipes are way more
Ty
consistent.
Durden just
if
called you out. He's on the computer though, so
Wait.
does it count? He said, "Who uses light-themed Reddit?"
Well, the smart people, that's who.
I want to see what my phone is. Let's see here.
Here's my phone, Jeremy.
It is light-themed for you. Mine's dark-themed.
Yep. So
I
here's the
deleted
thing. I have
Reddit.
eyes that function, so I don't need to use dark mode.
Would it drive you nuts that at the airbase I used dark mode Outlook?
I use light mode everything.
Yeah.
Like again, like when my eyeballs function correctly, so I don't need to have dark mode turned on.
That's because you just make consistent recipes by weighing.
No, I think objectively speaking, if you have to prioritize dark mode, it means your eyeballs don't work. Right? Anybody who's like dark mode needs to be used is because your eyeballs are failing out of your head.
Isn't dark mode supposedly like better for your eyes?
Yes,
No.
technically speaking, no. Reading light text on dark is easier to read.
Better for your battery too, baby.
So, but what I'm saying is,
Chris paid for the electricity. He's going to use it. Dang it! I want my
what I'm
street
saying is
fully
like,
lit.
I'm using my eyes while I have them.
Yep. Insane. Well, that was a fun find for the week, Chris.
that
really got
that was
to.
actually pretty sweet. No.
Now I feel like I need to go back and watch the Forgotten Droid though again. Inspire us to pick up. Oh, you know, I know we can't because you put too much work into it. I was like, people would love to probably see Chopper's body. They would probably die to see it, but we'll wait.
Yeah.
Wait until the grand reveal. Chris has outdone himself on
The body looks.
the body. His body's done.
It's yeah.
Like I
We just need to
do. I
steal-
have carte blanche to
you can do anything you want to it.
build inside of the body now.
Yep.
Guys, Jeremy's getting more CPAP hose.
Well, the lady finally called me from Arrow CPAP, and I'm getting more hose in. She goes, "How's your hose doing?" And I said, "It's a little crushed." It is. I slept on it.
The heated hose or the part that connects?
The heated hose.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mine has a big like kink in it.
Yeah, I know. It's
Mine,
they can curve.
it hangs to the left now.
Yes, it hangs to the left now. You don't want it to be crunched.
All right, let's see. Okay, so Marty Cam's ankle to reprint it.
Ooh,
Who's
Cam's
gonna
ankle
get
could
it?
really use some filament.
Ooh, I think
No,
Pete's.
that changes everything.
I think Marty's got a pretty solid
I
chance.
think that
here.
changes everything.
It's pretty even. Who's gonna get it?
Oh my gosh. It's gonna come down to whoever picks up another potion, probably. Oh, it landed right on top of Marty.
Pulled it off. That was a battle for the ages.
That was pretty impressive.
Congratulations. We all know he's here.
I like
'cause-
how Marty's like, "Let's go," and Reprinted's like, "I will lose," and then, oh, for a second I thought Reprinted said "Holy CPAP," but his holy crap.
I got this dang countdown wall light working for no reason because they're
Because we already typed that out immediately. That's exciting.
amazing.
And I know,
That is
Pete, you
very
can use
funny.
filament.
Yep. There are people in here we know for sure 3D print, and Pete's one of them. Good job.
That's amazing.
Good job. Anyway, yeah, Chopper's looking fantastic. I'm very excited to see him done. And Jeremy you've been working on.
I mean, Chris, do you want to give people some hope to look forward to? Should I go bring them up here?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's let people see it.
Go get him.
Just to prove.
That we've been working on.
I fail at
Well,
shipping, but we do produce
to prove
droids.
that Chris has been working on him
Wow.
recently. Chris is doing the
I'm going to
finishing
have
work.
BD1 kick you in the face next week.
Okay, but Chris has been
You
doing all of
can't
the.
because he's attached to the base.
We'll move the whole base.
I'm just saying, Chris, you've been doing like all of the finishing work. We may have we put them together, but you've been doing the finishing work.
So yeah, I mean that's the part that I was most excited for.
He's looking so good. I'm very, very excited. We're having issues with the head staying together because of how many little pieces it is, how heavy. But we got some of those melty staple thingies.
Yeah, the hot staples made a big difference.
They look really. It's good. It's good now. How strong are what pieces?
Chopper's gonna get all the ladies.
Girl, you're not wrong. You are not wrong.
So yeah, the body is held together pretty well. I think.
Yeah.
I honestly feel like that could like stand to get some staples too at this point, but
Yeah, but I mean, like, he's got a lot of like the metal rods going through him and stuff.
yeah, I just worry about the seams and like them flexing and stuff.
Yeah.
But
It wouldn't be a bad idea to use some of those heated staples. Guys, are you
so
prepared to
hit
be
the arm
blown
and
away?
the little flippy off to make sure that doesn't like slip out.
Guys, he looks so friggin' good. Can we zoom out?
The light washes out your weathering.
You can still see it.
Hold on a sec.
He looks so good.
Let me just do this real quick here. So
compared to like the inside with him.
Chris literally said to be careful about that. You even weathered in here? Dang, Chris. Like, you hardcore, man.
Because when his arm weathered, or when his arm pops out.
Yeah, I suppose.
AP5 would gladly give up his arm for you, Chop.
Like, how sick is this? And like, his little arm's gonna go. Oh, I can't. I'm not even gonna try. He is so cool. Like, all the little greeblies. Like, look at all this.
Well, there's
my gosh.
Too.
And it's so funny.
Look at, you can't see the rust runs, but there's like rust runs. Look at this.
Oh, yeah. Look at those rust runs.
Like, that looks straight out of Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
Like when you walk by a prop at Galaxy's Edge.
Show the inside so people can see, like.
That's what I did when his arm fell off.
Oh, like, look at all the colors.
Yeah, so like right in, nobody can see my mouse, but.
Right in
like
here.
all those spots, like that's like Bondo, where like you could see straight through his body, basically, right? So I had to like build it, like I had to build it from the back and then fill it from the front. Like I had to get the back, like a solid backstop, so I could fill the seam in and everything. So, and like every single line where these body panels are, I did 2 different colors of like brownish, blackish, like dirt stuff. So like every panel like pops against every other panel because every single seam has like grime and dirt in it.
It looks so good.
This is orange Gina.
It is.
That's the name of the spray paint.
Isn't he just, it's incredible.
Isn't it so cool?
I'm pretty dang happy with how it came out. Like one of my favorite things that nobody can see. So on that silver part,
yeah,
like that has like the vent things. If you look, there's like a rust run drip pool that like
I saw that. I noticed it in the vent right up here. So like right here.
Yeah. So if you look, so it's like right. Well, it's like right inside. Like if you look inside the vent.
Hold his arm.
Oh, you can't see it because it's inside the vent.
It's right here.
Yeah. So you can exactly.
And then it drips down the front.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like you can't really like appreciate it without being in front of it, kind of thing. So
what we're gonna have to do, I'm not even joking. We're gonna have to build a gig box for this.
I'm going to be pretty excited about that.
So he's protected. And then inside the gib box, what is it called? A gib job?
Gig box?
Gig box. Gig.
Yeah,
I was thinking a jib or a jig. Let's put ice in it or something. He cannot be hot because the PLA will deform.
Yep.
So we have to be very careful with
We're just going to have to remake him out of ABS.
Well, a lot of people will do PETG or ABS. Yes, they will print the droids out.
Ty Durden, probably not. Let's not do that.
Ty Durden, that would be so sad. He looks really good there.
Someday we will form him out of metal. Then you probably could. He might get dented. But
then he would get dented.
I mean, let's be real. Chop has dents. You know he does. In real life.
You've got dents.
Your brain is a dent.
Oh, wow.
The more wrinkles, the smarter, Kara. Okay, you smooth brain.
Yeah, so the only thing, so I don't know, it's somewhere around like this door has to get
so Cam
done and attached.
You don't, this has way more rust on it than what the camera
is black. It's like blinding it out.
Yeah, there's way
it's
more
making the off-white look green, in my opinion, and it is more of a cream off-white than like a.
Yeah, I would say like it surprisingly plays better in person than on camera, and normally it's the other way around. Usually it looks better on camera than in person.
Yeah, there's way more rust on there than what you see.
Like so, the leg that's on.
Oh, look at the rust run underneath the silver panel there. That's sick.
Yeah.
See, like on TV right now, it almost looks like a panel, almost, but it's actually just a rust run.
Yep.
So for real life. Anyways, yes.
Yeah. So
and everything else, like the legs are what percentage you give the legs?
In terms of like completion,
yeah.
I just the green leg, I just needed to remask and just hit one part, and that one's done. So the leg that's on this side is probably like 80% done, and this one's probably like 50% done.
Okay.
Marty, you need to go to Disney and get your own Ahsoka doll.
The feet are done. They just need to get weathered.
Really?
Well, no, I guess we got to put the greeblies on it. I forgot about the stupid greeblies for the feet.
Oh, okay.
Gwen, I agree. Chopper would probably destroy Marty. Just saying.
Like real Chopper. This one, I think
real Chopper.
You fight him on a slightly hot day, and this guy will be destroyed.
I mean, Chopper would not think twice about dropping you into an open crate of thermal detonators.
That is funny.
He blows up in Ahsoka. He blows up half that town or whatever. There's thousands of people down there. Is that bad?
Oh, Chop. I love Chopper.
So you guys, I'm very proud from when we showed him off as just printed, and his head's like, I don't know, 50% done. The head was needed to be reinforced.
Yeah. So like I probably it'd be like another like couple hours of sanding and then another like Bondo and primer pass. And then it's painting, and like the nice thing for that is like it's all straight lines for doing the masking.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So and then that one should be pretty fun to do the weathering for too. So I don't know what happened to at some point we are gonna have to knock down those things so that
Staples.
we can. Yeah, the bolts
things
or whatever because I think they're way too long.
I already clipped all the staples as close as I could get them.
But I need to do chrome pass. The next Lazy Susan turntable thing is like this chromy color.
Got it.
So I need to hit that at some point. So we got to figure out a way to like get a coat of paint on that without getting it into the mechanism.
Right. Well, I don't think it's insanely difficult to take that apart.
Okay.
So you can just paint the plastic part without having it be attached to the bearing.
There you go.
But yeah, so it's like it's basically like in terms of like if we put in one solid weekend, we could get him in a assembled point.
That would be so cool.
Something where it's like none of the electronics would be like working or anything. We could have him together and movable,
right.
like set up somewhere and just whatever.
Right.
So like I know that like there's something happening on the 4th or whatever.
Yep, at Barnes and Noble. They're just doing a thing for May the 4th.
So like if we really wanted to on like the 2nd and 3rd or something, like if we came down and we could probably get him to a point
where he could be displayed.
What day is the 4th?
Before Sunday, week from Sunday.
Okay. Gotcha.
Oh, sorry. I forget that you guys can't see. Like this is, I pulled this thing up or whatever, and I was mousing over the things or whatever. So I forgot that you guys couldn't see that. So
funny.
Okay. Well, I guess we should probably see who we are going to be raiding. Hey. Let's complete all of those.
Gamer Snowflake will be there. We should just deliver the doll in person.
That probably save us some trouble.
Yeah, how about we do that? We'll bring it to you. But you need to keep her secret and keep her safe. Because otherwise Marty will show up and he will try to take her from you. But I will defend you. I will destroy him. I'm taller than him. I can take him. Today's the 26th. Is May the 4th really? Oh my. Is a week from tomorrow?
Yes. 27 plus 7 is 4. 18.
So
if we got together next Friday, Saturday, we could get it done.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. And then I would just have to make sure that I can put in a little bit of concerted effort
Martin
on
says
the
he's
legs.
going to do a drive-by Barnes & Noble and steal Ahsoka. I mean,
his birthday's on Monday. Happy
we'll
almost
be
birthday.
at the Mall of America.
America Mall. Yep, that's the one. Marty, just get your own Ahsoka doll. Just go down to Disney. I'm sure Trip would love it. Just go down there. Get your own.
So because I've been playing a bunch of Oblivion, I figure we'll raid somebody with like 8 viewers that's playing some Oblivion.
Who's looking? Yeah.
Oblivion is very, very, very good.
I need to play it.
I had to turn down the difficulty the other day, though. I'm
playing Dead Center difficulty.
I had to turn it down because I screwed myself.
Yeah. Well, we can talk about it when we're done doing we're kind of going over time. So I do want to say thanks to everybody for joining us. If you are listening to the audio only version of the podcast, yet again, let me start that over. I don't even know how we started that for some reason. Anyway, thank you all for joining us. For those of you listening to the audio-only version of the podcast, yet again, we provided absolutely nothing of value to you, but you can always make that better by joining us live every Saturday night at 7 p.m. Central at twitch.tv/Rise of the Podcast. or by watching at your pace at youtube.com/rise the podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like the video and comment down below to keep the conversation going. I had a lot of fun spoiling a little bit of Andor and then going over that thing or whatever. It's like good to be like get back to our roots as a Star Wars podcast. So I do want to say thank you all so much for watching, and of course,
May the force be with you.